Welcome back, everyone, to the Rekt League. All right, my name is Ratty Z, and I am joined by Quicksilver Sasha. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
There we go. So, welcome back. This is the Rekt League. This is Season 5, Week number 1, and we're going to be watching Bramble versus Infernal. I'm going to turn down my mic a little bit because it looks like I am redlining. Yikers. And I'll be turning up Sasha's volume as well, just to make sure that we're good to go. But we are bringing you the first series of the season for these two teams with a bit of a new schedule. So first, do you want to introduce, please, Sasha, introduce the side of Brambleback as shown on the screen from the top to the bottom.
So on the side of Brambleback, we got Knife 261 in the top lane, Dynamic Killer in the jungle, Pickle Popper in the mid lane, Grovian and Cop is AD carry and support.
Heck to the yes, Sasha. We got Infernal Drake, the crack variety in the top side. Sable. We got, can't pronounce his name correctly. We're doing Awaf. All good things because we got Dankus Jungle, going to be playing the marksman role, ironically, and Covert Panda for support. So at this point in time, we have a little bit of the shuffle from the previous seasons from Brambleback and Infernal. And I'm personally excited, very excited to see, because we saw people like Rovian on the previous teams that just looked so hot. And combined with Pickle Popper, I'm very excited to see what Brambleback has to offer. And what do you think about looking at Zabel in the jungle on the side of Infernal Drake, bringing his new squad into the Rekt League?
I like Zabel's squad. We actually played with Covert Panda for a little while on Mountain in the off-season. I think they're going to look real good. They got a good bot lane. Zabel's one of the stronger junglers in the league. I don't super know much about their mid laner, and I don't know that I've played a ton with crack variety.
Gotcha. So we'll have to see what they do this time around. At this point in time, it's going to be really tough because, again, the first game of the season, what do you think about power picks? I'm not even sure what to say as far as power picks go.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what these teams pull out, what they prioritize in their drafts. Yeah.
Gotcha. In this case, we're just hoping to see. Honestly, we talked about it in the last session, right? We talked about Ryze being a very powerful pick right now. There we go. Sending it to it. So we're going right into this, and we have to see what they pick up this time. If we're going to see if they let some of the power picks go through, as we've been talking about. We got the Ryze. We had. I'm not even sure what we're going to see as far as AD carries in this game. I know Rovian has played very large quantities of Kaisa and a large quantity of Vayne, and all sorts of disgusting champions that just do a lot of damage. Sasha, what do you want to see coming from these teams that would make you feel the hype today?
I would really love to see one of those nice aggressive junglers that Zabel likes to play. He's been talking about maybe playing more tanks this season, but he always seems more comfortable on those aggressive junglers. His Rek'Sai, his Lee Sin's. His Gragas was pretty strong when we played against it in the scrim.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I see Covert Panda saying, please don't sell the secrets. Don't sell the secrets for Covert Panda. Apparently he's got some tricks up the sleeve that we might see. Brian the Broken back in chat again, making me feel so good talking to the good peoples for tonight. Lieutenant Trollimus, thank you for joining the Rekt League, giving us a great follow. Hope to see you around as you watch some more sick Rekt League action, of course. But
well,
here we go.
It looks like I'm not going to get to see the Lee Sin on a Zabel.
That's so sad because we were literally just talking about how sick that was.
It looks like both teams are spreading the bans out. They both have a jungler and AD carry they don't want to see. Rovian's Kaisa getting banned out. Covert's Thresh getting banned, which is one of his more comfortable champions. And we get to see his Yuumi. There we go. There's the secret I'm not supposed to sell.
That's so good. Yuumi is such a weird and frustrating champion to play against. I'm very excited to finally see this in the Rekt League tonight. Or at least what I've been able to cast. Yuumi. I'm probably going to have to take a moment to look up some of Yuumi's abilities because I cannot remember all of their names. But at this point, we do see the Jinx and we see the new Pantheon being brought out. I'm also excited to see the Spartan come out and show us what's what in this game tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they bring that Pantheon top, or if maybe Dynamic decides to bring it out in the jungle. And the Jarvan coming out from Zabel, we are going to see the early game aggression from him.
Yes. Yes. Which is something that I'd love to see. Zabel on Jarvan has always made a lot of waves, so to speak. Comes in from great angles, can really ruin your laning phase, no matter who you are, no matter where you're laning. Great pickup. Oh, and the Zyra. Zyra is another champion that can really just... We've seen it go hot and cold in the Rec League, but really when it is hot, it does incredible amounts of damage, and her plants are just destruction.
And it looks like we're going to see this as a Zyra mid because of the Yuumi pick, which I think is interesting. You don't see a ton of that. Normally it's more of a support pick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, am I on the wrong side? All right, I'll just swap the names. There we go. Boom. Oh, yes. Correct. Thank you, Dainty Taco. Looking it up. Pickle's on the Bramble side. Apparently I had the reverse screen on there. Usually in my brain, I always go in a specific direction, but no worries. I'll make sure so no one gets the upset nature of looking at the wrong people on the wrong team. But here we go. We have Bramble on the red side. Infernal going to be on the blue side today. And we're seeing some more bans going in place. Want to take some things away from the dankest jungle. And like you said, Sasha, Zyra in the mid lane. But that's one of those things that honestly works out pretty well for a lot of matchups. I don't think she's actually that bad, just not often picked. What do you think?
Yeah, the champion definitely has enough wave clear and enough damage where she can be a very strong mid laner. Yeah, like you said, it's just a less common thing. I'm interested to see how the matchup will play out.
Especially because we have to see who is actually going to be in the mid lane. Because we've got the Jinx Taric, right? Ah! Well.
So they are playing Team Never Die with the Taric and the Zillion. The Trinity got banned out. Otherwise, I feel like we'd see that.
Misfortune. I love this team comp right now. As soon as you pick Misfortune for me, I am very happy. Especially because the Yumi's final chapter into Misfortune's bullet time is just brutal. You're just never getting away from bullets.
I really love the draft out of Infernal. I feel like they have a lot of good teamfight tools. But I feel like the Bramble draft just does everything they can to stop that engage in its tracks.
Yeah, and like you said, speaking of stopping the engage, Pickle Popper on Zillion is absolutely one of our most disgusting Rec League memes. So we're about to see some, like you said, Team Never Die. You coined it super well thus far. There's Aatrox, and he also can never die, so that's great. I love it. Sasha, what are you thinking about this team? We are full up on our team comp right now. Give me your insight into these team comps.
Well, like I said, it looks like Infernal is going to want to group up and force fights with their Zyra ult, their Jarvan engage, Cho'Gath has CC, Yuumi ult. They're looking to layer all of this together, which means that if Bramble can delay those fights, use Zillion ult to save whoever gets engaged on, and then use Taric ult to reset the fight during these ultis, then they can re-engage and win.
For sure. And I'm hoping to see some of that, right? Because I want to see just not so much of the, having people never die is not exciting for me. I want to see blood. I want to see countdown timers. I want to see gray screens for players. It's a good sign that things are going down. But in this case, tell me a little bit about, now that Covert Panda has shown the hand, about the Yuumi play. What are we expecting out of this bot lane with the Misfortune Yuumi gameplay?
The Yuumi is just such an annoying champion. Between the two of them, they have 3 combat summoners because Yuumi doesn't have to take her flash. Those Qs can come out and consistently poke and consistently do damage to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has a heal to just keep Misfortune up. Also, Covert is very good at popping out and blocking the abilities correctly because your health bar doesn't matter on Yuumi.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So basically what you're telling me is that we're going to see like Jinx rockets getting blocked by Yuumi and things like that. All sorts of stuff. Anything that you can get in the way of. The zap, potentially.
Yep. And then, honestly, the Jinx Taric, I feel like, is safe enough where if they can just withstand this fairly strong lane on the bot lane, they'll come out and be stronger, especially with all of the tools they have to stop team fights.
Mm-hmm. So then, given everything that you've seen thus far, given that you know how Pickle Popper Zillion can work and operate, you've seen it before in the past. We're not sure how Zyra is going to go against that, but if you were betting, friend, what would you bet on in this particular matchup? Zyra versus Zillion, mid lane matchup, head to head.
I think that Zyra probably has laning phase. I think that it's going to be interesting to see which one is more useful out of lane. Just because the Zillion is a utility pick, you don't pick it for the damage, you pick it to enable your team. Whereas the Zyra is trying more to be that carry and do the damage herself.
And that's another thing that is really fun about the Jarvan, right? Especially the damage that comes out has a lot of skill shots, has a lot of potential for damage. Jarvan putting you in that Cataclysm is just going to be a lot of potential wombo combo too, because we also have the Cho'Gath being able to knock people up, being able to silence. There's a lot of ability for Misfortune to do a lot of work. Again, we have another one of those wombo team comps coming on from the side of Infernal. And then we just have this super hyper carry Jinx Aatrox Pantheon pickoff situation going on here. Who's taking it? Sasha. Game number 1. Looking at this team comp. Purely theoretical. Who's coming away with the victory and why?
You know, I gotta say Infernal, just because even though Bramble has all these tools to stop what they want to do, I feel like the team fight comp is just easier to execute on. It's easier to just say everybody ult here and not have to worry about dancing in, engaging, re-engaging.
Any of that stuff. So we'll have to see. Just because while play devil's advocate, I will take Team Bramble because they have a lot of comfort champions. So that way we have something to argue about after the game is over. But until then, they both look very good. But at this time, I'm going to have to say thank you to Jamu for the Twitch Prime. Subscribe for 6 months. Welcome back to the Rekt League. And here we are. We're looking at this game, right? We have to do my favorite part of the game every time. It's the pretty skins. I love this stuff. I live for these skins. I probably would have stopped playing League if it wasn't for these skins.
I'm just going to say, we got more evidence looking for Infernal with this Dark Star Skinergy.
Yeah. Wow.
And even the Dragon Sorceress kind of being in with that whole aesthetic.
Agreed. Gun Goddess has one of the forms that can be dark as well.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just, like, Mafia Jinx is a great skin. Blood Moon Zillion, that's there. And, of course, the Pool Party Tarek. But,
yeah, I mean that man's got some abs, that's for sure. He does not.
You know, he does.
Does not eat sugar and or many carbohydrates, or drinking any sort of alcohol. That's for sure. You cannot save lives on the beach without abs like that. And my man Phoenix Z saying loves me in chat. Much appreciated, Phoenix Z. And we also love you as well. Thank you all for watching the Rekt League thus far, but we are into the final series of the night. I'm Ratty Z, and I'm here with Quicksilver Sasha of Team Mountain of this season, yeah? Team Mountain?
Yep, Team Mountain.
Yeah. It's Quicksilver Sasha. Take a look at Team Mountain games if you want to see them play. And here we go. We are going to bring it into the Rift at the moment. We got Pickle Popper sitting there with his classic Blood Moon Zillion. See if you can't land those bombs.
And it looks like both teams are starting with a fairly standard line of scrimmage. Nobody's doing any sort of fancy invades. Nobody wants to fight on this level 1.
That would make sense for me. I guess with the exception of Zyra, I don't consider anyone kind of tier 1 combat at level 1, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think this is the right move out of both teams.
Yeah, I just think at this point in time, it's possible that you want to start picking up some plants, setting them in the correct locations. Some people I've seen have used plants to help the junglers. I think there's some plants out to help out the raptor camp or the chickens or whatever they're called nowadays.
It looks like Zabel's going to come back and he wants to start this red buff. And it looks like both junglers are actually going to start bot side. It'll be interesting to watch how they path in this early game. Both of these champions are very strong early.
Yeah, definitely going to be super fun because we got here right now. I'm just super interested to see these trade patterns, right? Because we got Pickle Popper who has been able to land those bombs pretty heavily in the early game. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, so it looks like Pantheon is going to be clearing towards this top lane. I'd be willing to bet Zabel goes for a free camp level 3 because he's taking the Krugs. I'd be willing to bet we see him go up on the Raptors next, and then probably look for a gank at level 3. Or reset and go towards this top side.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, we got some trades coming in. Knife is doing a lot of damage on the crack variety here. Brings him down to half already. It is Cho'Gath, so you will be just nomming that right back up. No problem.
Yeah, both top laners have hit level 2, and it looks like neither of them wants to go in for the all-in. Oh, and we do have Jarvan in the mid lane.
I know it's falling so low. Pickle Popper was right there, but did not have to blow his flash. Still has barrier. Kept a cool hand on that one. Did not want to let that one go down.
Zabel's trying to sniff around for a repeat gank, and it looks like he's going off to his blue.
Yeah, in this case, you got to know that you can't stay too long, especially if you're not going back into that, because you need to grab that XP. You got to get the jungle going, especially he's got no mana. He's got 27 mana.
Yeah, Pantheon just finished his 4 camp clear. It looks like he's going towards top lane. We'll see if he can get anything done there, or if he goes for the Scuttle Crab. Junglers will spot each other out.
Oh, here they go. Got the red buff in. Dynamic Killer is going for the battles. Getting a lot of damage up there. Sable has to leave.
Crackler, he still wants it.
Yeah, this is in case you just got to waddle your, dinosaur ass away right here because this is not so good. You do not want to take this extra damage. But that knockup was very good. Just out of tower range, though. That could have been a devastating... Crack Variety does get pulled back in. Is very low. It's going to have to be very confident with himself in order to pick up all of the CS, because if you do miss, you're not going to get that regen from Cho'Gath passive.
Dynamic and Zabel in the river.
Throwing it up. Here comes the spears. Here comes the flash. Double flash. Both get out of it. Trade flashes for the junglers. Not really sure who I'd say that benefits more. It probably benefits Zabel more because he has a little more mobility.
Because he's getting the crab.
Yeah.
He managed to force Pantheon off. If you notice, they also had the Zyra roam up while Pickle was in base.
That's very true. In this case, otherwise, Dankus Jungle is a bit ahead on CS at the moment. With that very awesome Misfortune skin. Looking great. But yeah, Crack Variety is back. Everything is back to normal on the top side. Knife is up by about 11 CS right here, which is almost a full wave. Depending if Crack Variety can farm this at the turret, which is kind of tough. I hate to be at the turret with Cho'Gath, mostly because you just get poked so often with that champion. You have to be right up in the mix. It's just never good to be there. Here we go. We got Crack Variety still sitting on the top side, taking as much poke as they can handle from Knife. And otherwise, everything going accordingly. There's a lot of goofy Yuumi projectiles being launched all over the place. I believe that's called Prowling Projectile.
So hard to dodge just because she can direct it while it's in air. Good stun coming out.
Yeah, Cop had a good stun on that. Was not able to do the full extra additional hits, but it's still being able to make sure that Dankus Jungle wasn't able to get all the damage off that they wanted to in this particular trade. Agreed.
It looks like they will be getting the plate off on bot lane, though, which is very nice, especially this early in the game, to get that extra gold coming in.
Yeah, agreed. And Robian struggling a little bit to get all of the CS here, mainly because, again, the plates are being there and getting a little potentially...
Both junglers hovering around mid. They both swept.
Pickle Popper is very low. Is not 6 yet. Pickle Popper gets rooted up, falls down, almost dies. Does die. First blood goes over to Awaf. And Dynamic Kill.
Oh, double.
Oof. Tell me why that's a big deal.
I mean, they got 1 kill on each of these 2 champions. The Jarvan scales very well in the early game if you can get a couple of kills on him. The Zyra is going to be one of their big carries. Plus, in a counter gank like that, not only are you stealing the... Or not only are you getting a kill, but you're denying a kill.
Oh, and Awaf gets the gets the melon fruit, the honey fruit, in the river, so does not actually have to go back if they do not want to. They are sitting on 1,800 gold, but in this case, they're just getting that mountain drake early up.
Yeah,
Looking
this early drake is going to be really big for them. It's going to help them push towers better and keep on objectives later. It looks like the next drake is going to be another mountain, so if they can get that,
oh, Cataclysm had to get flashed on the bot side. Sable and Covert Panda were looking for some things to do, and they definitely got a flash out of the deal. Good job, Rovian, for paying attention to that. Could have easily been a quick kill.
Yeah,
Easily.
flashing the Jarvan ult is always really tilting, because it's such a big cooldown, and you just do nothing with it if they flash out of it.
It's very true. But at the same time, you do love to trade it for a flash, because you know they can't do that again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Zabel comes back and punishes that flash being down.
I hope so. You want to hope to see that, right? You want to see if somebody flashes, punish them for it. I hope we get to see it. Pickle Popper not quite hitting all of that, all of the bombs that he had hit in the past. I think he's just looking to maybe farm it up here. I'm actually hoping for some little more aggressive Pickle Popper. He was able to really take it to him in the previous seasons. Maybe he's feeling a little rusty today. It's cool.
Yeah, plus he's down in items right now. He did go for the double Dorans, but Zyra's sitting on a lost chapter, which means she's just going to have stronger laning because she doesn't have to worry as much about mana.
So true. So true indeed.
Looks like Pantheon's clear. Dynamic is clearing this top side up in here, and after one more camp, he should be level 6. It'll be interesting to see where he uses his first ult.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to see where Pantheon goes with all this. And that's one of the main reasons to pick Pantheon if you are going to be in the jungle, right? You just get to appear in a lane when you wish to.
Yeah, blue buff transfer going over to AWAF.
Ooh, they did find Pantheon in the jungle, though. Was spotted by the vision plant.
Yep, he did manage to get the red buff, though.
Sable looking to do an invade right now. Not going to find much. Could potentially find some Krugs if he chooses to do that, but instead just opts for some vision. And then
Looks like
moving right into
mid lane gank.
Pickle Popper does get knocked up. The Cataclysm is there. The root is there. Does get the Zillion ultimate on himself. Dynamic Killer shows up. A lot of damage coming out. Zabel falling very low. Don't think he's going to get the kill, but the stun goes onto Zyra. Oh, the flash saves their life. Very close in that one in the mid lane.
And he should be backing at this point. I don't know why he hasn't backed yet. He's super low. It'll be interesting to see if he just goes in and dies now. Pickle is low on mana, however.
Yeah, very true. We also did a Super Mega Death Rocket was launched to potentially try to...
Ooh!
Oh, Zabel!
Zabel!
Stolen! Takes the Scuttle Crab away with the 30 health remainder. Very sick.
Yeah, so as a jungler, if a Jarvan flag comes over the wall and steals your Scuttle Crab, that is gonna be such a tilter.
Oh yeah, you're very upset about that right now. Chad, let me hear it. What do you think about that steal? Totally on camera too. Nailed it. Oh, here we go. We got the slows coming in. Cop is falling very low. Dengus Jungle is falling very low. They might end up doing the ult there. Yes, there's the the final chapter, but coming out, the bullet time is there, but the Taric saves Rovian before that. Very
And
close.
that was what I was talking about with the Taric and Zillion ults being good at stopping what Infernal wants to do. They managed to nullify both of those ultimates with the one Taric ult between stunning the Jinx and the damage.
Yeah. Definitely well played. It was very close, though. I think that damage could have been there, but the Taric ult was just in time. Although Rovian is very low in this case. They might just have to go back and seed some of these turrets.
Yeah, Zabel is sneaking the Rift Herald right now. It doesn't look like Team Brambleback is going to notice that. Cho'Gath is fading towards him. So it'll be interesting to see where they use this, if they go straight to top lane. Cho'Gath getting the stack from it. You know, gotta waddle down there and make sure you get your epic monster stacks.
Oh, 100%. You definitely have to make that up. Also,
Yeah.
I was also laughing because in chat, people are talking about what they would do if an upsetting Jarvan ult would happen, and one of them was talking about one of our previous players in the Rec League, Sloppy Dingus, who quit the Rec League after a specific tilting event and started playing Sims 4, like consistently, like professionally.
And they did drop the Rift Herald mid. They got a kill in the
Ooh.
bot river. The Rift Herald got him 2 plates, and 1 is very low.
I really want to look at the top lane right now. They're falling super low at this point, but there is a lot of fighting going on the river on the bot side. Pickle Popper gets the kill onto Zyra. Owaf falling down. And we see the bee coming out, letting us know that it's okay. Everything will be okay. So we got Knife on the top side with the crack variety, and they are super low themselves. But here we got another Mountain Drake.
Going for another Mountain Drake.
If they get the second Mountain Drake, it's going to make these towers fall incredibly quickly. But Pickle Popper is here with those bombs hanging out. We're going to have to see if the Smite fight can go down. There is no Smite. He's here, but blue team does pick it up. Zabel also gets out with his life.
Smite out of dynamic. Oh, that's so... Honestly, that's not even tilting as a jungler.
Ooh, top side.
His reaction.
Absolutely. In this case, what we just saw afterwards is Knife got pushed away by the crack variety in the top side. Cho'Gath nailed 2 parts of the combo, and Knife, not wanting to become the next feasted person, had to flash away for nothing, which left crack variety did not have flash, which probably would have used it and secured that kill, but puts him on parity, which is going to mean crack variety's flash comes up first.
And
Love
Pickle's
to see that.
pushing this wave in. It looks like he's going to fade and take this blue buff. Jarvan, meanwhile, is on the bot side with the bot lane pushed in.
Like that. Sable looking to pick up this red buff here, which I think we might say quick gank, especially because...
Oh. You know, Krugs are also important.
Yeah, yeah. At this point in time, it looked like no one was going to step up, especially because they saw that turret, or the ward, excuse me, the turret plane just fell. Or will be falling in a couple seconds here. But otherwise, I like to see what's going on here. We have, we got Aatrox doing very well on the top side, but here on the bottom, Papa's falling super low. Dynamic Killer is there to respond back, so there will be no deaths today. Yuumi taking control of hanging out with Misfortune, hitting Dynamic Killer with one of those, whatever they're called, pouncing stupid Yuumi balls.
I don't know, man.
Prowling projectile.
What any of the champions' name.
Prowling projectiles. So here we go. We got more on the top
Zyra
side.
and Jarvan standing right on a ward.
Oh, there they go. He went in himself. Sable putting them in there, but did not coordinate with his team. Had to blow his flash for nothing. If his team was there, I think that could have been pretty nice, but there's not much mana on that Misfortune.
You know, it's about sending a message.
That's true. He's like, look.
This is Zabel telling them, I'm not afraid of you. I'll jump in 1v4.
I will put 3 of you in the Cataclysm and then flash out. I will do it.
Yeah.
Watch me do it.
Yeah.
In this case, though, we got Knife with some free roam on the top side, just able to put a lot of damage on this turret. Chooses to not necessarily continue to do it, putting out that ward. I think he could have definitely put some extra damage, but I don't think it'll matter
It
too
looks
much.
like he's gonna... I feel like he's gonna get this turret. He wanted the ward to check for the Jarvan coming up, but turret's very low.
Like I said, if he did not ward right then, he would have grabbed the turret and could have walked backwards. But that's okay. Now at this point in time, he's just going to find himself in a Jarvan gank. Hello.
Has the world ender.
Yep. Has to get out of there. Tries to slow him down. Gets knocked up by the Q from the crack variety and gets killed. As again, little things is what gets you caught in a game of League of Legends.
It looks like they're looking for the 4-man play bot. Pantheon ulting a little early. Zillion's not in position yet. It looks like they want this dive, though.
I think they do. The Zillion is definitely going to... If Zillion has ult, so dives or whatever. Slow him down. Dynamic Killer gets the ultimate. Good to go, right? Yep. And then the cat is loose. Gover Panda is there. Gets stunned up. Gets blown up. Robian takes the kill. Pickle Popper gets out with his life.
Is Pickle gonna live?
Oh! Does live at this point, but you got to look in the mid lane. Zyra does not just sit there, lying there, whatever, sit down for nothing. Shut up. And the red team, though, takes the first turret, but Zyra does take the mid turret in response, so they're able to move forward. feeling so good.
Yeah, that dive was really well executed right up until that last unlucky tower shot. Cop flashing a little late getting out. But the Zillion ult was good. The engage was good. Very well played on the side of Brambleback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
That a well dove situation.
It looks like Jarvan and Zyra might be caught out in this top jungle. You know,
Ooh,
dying for a red buff.
Stun. Oh, gets hit with the bomb plant! Gets slowed down. He is going down. He gets killed. The Crack Variety does pick up the kill on the other side, but Zillion does pick up Zabel. Crack Variety finding himself with a killing spree right now, worth 150 extra gold. Does get stunned by the Taric. Didn't think they expected that one because they all started walking the other direction. Gets slowed down. This is the most infuriating part by Zillion. You were definitely not getting away. Getting very close. Cop making himself go invulnerable. Crack Variety is not going to be able to pick up the kill on that one. Shut
Cop's
down.
ultimates this game have just been so on point. Every time he's ulted, somebody has been saved.
Yeah, doing
He's
a very good job.
completely stopped these bot lane engages between Yuumi and MF, which is a really strong ulti combo. And he just has to press one button and they live.
And they're doing a really good job at it too. Both the Robian taking a lot of damage, but they are pushing this in. Well, at the same time, we do have the third Drake being picked up by Infernal, giving themselves that air Drake so they can move along the map. Misfortune is going to be cruising at a great speed.
Oh,
But here we go.
Comes in.
Oh, there we go. Robian has to burn the flash. Cop is just giving his life for his AD carry. And goes
Yuumi and
down.
MF catching this wave in the mid lane. Oh, Pickle misses the bombs.
Yeah, was going for it. Thought he might dodge in the other direction. Turns out dodges in the other direction. Was that three? Wait. Did you all see that? Was that 3 bombs? Wait a second. That was weird. On my screen, it showed 3 bombs sitting in one spot. That'd have been fantastic. That'd be an incredible.
Rito, fix your game.
Yeah, come on, Rito.
Yeah. Spectator client malfunctioning.
So we go. We got Pickle Popper picking up the blue buff, so we can do more pushing. 3-1. Yeah, this is again. Spectator's looking really weird. That's okay. Robian in the mid lane looking to absorb this stuff. So here at this point, these teams are looking incredibly close. Sasha, what are you thinking about this game thus far, and who do you feel is in the lead thus far?
Infernal does have that roughly 1,000 gold lead. It's not a huge lead gold-wise, but they do also have the invisible gold bonus of having these dragons. They are able to shred objectives. Their Baron threat, when it spawns in this next minute, is going to be super strong. And it looks like Brambleback is trying to secure that area right now.
Ooh, Pickle Popper is really trying to make this happen. Oh, flashes that unfortunately gets hit by the final chapter. Yuumi is just stuck out.
Bombs! Oh.
Gets stunned. In this case, though, they're not just letting it go. It looks like Infernal's trying to chase them down, but they're just taking a lot of poke damage accordingly. Robian, super mega death rocket, brings Awaf to just under 70 health at the time. Was very, very close.
And I want to just point out that play from Pickle where he threw the 2 bombs behind Yuumi so that if she tried to go back to MF, she would have gone through the bombs and gotten stunned. So there was nowhere for that Yuumi to go, which allowed them to pick her.
Knife and the Crack Variety in the bot side are just having this back and forth. It's so close. It makes me want to switch to them every time because they're on the brink of death every time they see each other. Pickle Popper is looking to do the 1v1 duel versus Sable, but Sable gets all the damage out there, says, you're not allowed to stun me. You're going to have to use your ultimate for yourself. Chrono Shift on you. Dynamic Killer finding himself in the thick of it. And there, once again, Cop is there to make sure Dynamic Killer does not go down. The zap brings him super low, but on the backside we have AWAP there with the plants just eating away at the health bars from Brambleback. They're going to have to retreat from the Brambles of Infernal.
And it looks like Dankus Jungle started his ult while the Taric stun was charging, which is a little bit of a misplay from him. He waited for the Taric ult to come out, but didn't respect the stun. And that let them cancel his ult, and that probably would have been a good cleanup on their end, with all of the revives down.
Yeah, unfortunate. Again, like we've been saying, the little things are what you need to pay attention to. You want me to describe the plants? Well, let's see. The plants Bramble, they are often found with a deep forest green. They have a very solid and stiff stalk. Their piercing thorns are as such that no matter what armor you're wearing, they could pierce the finest of materials. Having the most beautiful of stamens and, I don't know, pistols were the other things. I forgot about biology.
Look, man, I have not taken biology class in so many years.
But regardless, these plants are looking delightful. In this case, they are also almost dragons at this point in time, looking so good. But the blue team taking a turret, or the blue turret, I'm sorry, being taken by Jinx on the bot. Rovian just taking those things down. Absolutely. But here we go. Looking at these plants, they are beautiful dragons. Finding the purple horns on the top side with a little bit of an orange underglow to them. Probably not seen in the world for many a year unless you're watching How to Train Your Dragon 2 or 3, but not the first one. Yeah, we're done. We can move on.
Okay.
We can move on from this plants.
Alright, and it looks like Infernal is going to be playing around in the spot side jungle. They might want to collapse on this Aatrox. It looks like everybody's moving towards there.
Yeah, this Aatrox is in a terrible position. Like, you're just going to have to move through the Cho'Gath and just, that, like, you're going to have to dodge the knockup because here it comes.
Everybody's coming from Bramble as well, but they're trickling in. They don't have their Jinx.
Oh, Pantheon finds himself in the same... Let's rewind it back. Rewind it. Put him back in the same spot.
I feel like I just watched that.
Hold on.
Is the client bugged again?
Yeah, I think so. Pantheon and Aatrox look very similar in this client.
They do. Yeah, it must be the Skinergy.
Looking too good. In this case, you hate to see that. You want it. He was trying to bail out his buddy, bail out his top lane brother, but unfortunately just ends up with an interesting play on stream. Yes, the big yikes indeed. But that's all right. We have those. We take those plays. We take those plays. Totally fine.
Infernal sweeping out the Baron area. They want to establish vision around here. If they can force a fight, that's probably the best thing for their team, especially with these two Mountain Drakes. You have to respect this Baron take.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And again, the double air Drake as well. If they push up a wave and you're not there, they're going to get to Baron extra fast, and they're going to kill it extra quickly.
Yeah.
So other than that, like you said, they're just going to be setting up around Baron. I feel like we're going to see some wave pushing out. I hope. Unfortunately, Correct Variety does not have teleport ready. Otherwise, I'd love to see Cho'Gath pushing up that bot lane so they can get that teleport play going. But otherwise, Dynamic Killer, Pick a Popper.
Brambleback's team is in the Baron area with Aatrox in the bot lane with his teleport. They're fighting in the Baron area. They're looking to pick Pantheon.
Dynamic Killer there. Pickle Popper getting picked here too. Yubi getting the shutdown with the final chapter. Dynamic Killer looking to do what he can versus Sable. But in this case, Cop is there, but is not the damage they are looking for. Neither that nor the droids. Has to flash. Dankest Jungle picks up Dynamic Killer on like the final bullet of that bullet.
And they are on the Baron. They did not hesitate. The jungler went down. There's no chance of a steal. And now that I said that, they're going to steal it with an Aatrox Q.
Which would be fantastic. In this case, though, they're just going to take a ton of damage from Baron. They're going to do their best. They do not have a jungler. All they have to do is just make sure that they take as much of their time as they can. Correct Variety's going in there. Rovian's putting out some damage. They have to be a little dangerous here, though, because Knife is on the top. Does not get the resets off. And the Baron resets. Okay. Okay, they definitely just took their time. Made them fight for the Baron, but Cop is going to find himself in the wrong position. Gets killed by the Dankest Jungle. On a killing spree right now as well. 3-1.
And they have 20 and 30 seconds on these two champions, so they can keep pushing this mid lane and not even have to worry. It's a 3v5 right now.
Especially with what you see going on here. But unfortunately, the Yumi is there trying to do their best with their Prowling Projectile. I actually hate the name of that ability, and I love cats.
It's tragic.
But yeah, but I have to say, Rovian is doing a great job. With the position that Rovian had in that previous fight, I believe had enough of a damage threat that they had to commit to taking him out, but put himself well enough that they were not able to take the Baron because he did not die.
Yeah, and I think Infernal took more damage than they were expecting from that Baron. had they stayed on it much longer, even with just those couple champions, they probably could have won that fight. So they peeled off at just the right moment, just long enough to force that fight.
So other than that, we get to see this new Pantheon roaming the jungle. Unfortunately, they have not been able to make a big splash as of yet onto the game. But again, all things considered, there's a 1,800 gold lead between these teams. I guess technically 2,800 gold lead.
Yeah, and both teams are still looking this Baron area. Both top laners have their teleports up. So if something breaks out here... Oh, are they...
Cobb finding himself in a...
just poking.
Yeah, we do have Aatrox in the bot side. Pickle Popper is making his way up from the mid lane. I think he could have stayed there and pushed one more wave. Because they're not going to defend this top turret. Just let it go.
Yeah, Infernal's just going to take it. Look at that one love tap, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a misfortune and two
Ooh, Pickle Popper was just an inch off of getting a two-person stun in the top side of this fight, because they got the slows on here, and anyone who's out of position, they can take a lot of poke damage, so we're going to have to see. Aatrox is also doing their best splitting right now.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath walked to catch the wave mid. He's going back bot now, but they do have priority with the Aatrox. So it'll be interesting to see how much damage he can get on this tower.
Oh, Knife did not end up catching the Aatrox in the...
Bloody dodged out. He's going to... Oh, they're fighting against top side?
This is something. Final chapter going out, doing a ton of damage. Has to use the Chrono Shift on himself. Pickle Popper having to flash away. Cop is there. Tarek ultimate is down. Bullet time is raking through the team.
Bullet time. The instant that Tarek ult went down, there was an MF ult on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Dankest Jungle was really showing might be the dankest ADC with plays like that. But here we go. We got, once again, the double mountain-empowered Infernal Drake looking to take this and perhaps give themselves a Baron buff. But Pickle Popper is doing his best to harrow them, and see if they can't stop this. Throwing the bombs out is there. Blue team picks up the Baron. That's going to be a big power play for them.
Cho'Gath and the jungler. There's no way you're getting through that smite.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like they're going down, trying to take this Mountain Drake, going for their 5th Drake. Triple Mountain means their pushes are going to be disgusting.
Yeah, Triple Mountain is definitely something that's just... If you let them touch a turret, that turret will disappear. And, you know, that's fine, because really, when it comes down to the end of the games, even Mountain, that's so good, it just helps them win a little bit more. If Team Brambleback can hold on, get the stuns that they need, get the damage and poke that they need, allow the Jinx to finish probably just one more item even. Just a 4-item Jinx, going for the big kills. It is very possible that we could see a team fight turn around and Brambleback just push, you know, all it takes is one team fight at the end of the game, just push for the win. Especially with the Jinx energy.
Especially with the Jinx late game, and if you can get on this Misfortune and stop her ult, then... Oh, are they fighting in the bot lane?
Yeah, we got some fighting going on the bot side. Pickle Popper is doing a lot of damage, but he is not that tanky. Oh, the damage is coming out. The Zyra in there, the Ignite, the Flash Ignite, and then the Cataclysm. Oh no, Team Brambleback is taking some deaths where they absolutely cannot afford them.
And they don't even have to take this bot tower. They got Cho'Gath pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, they could just
So
slowly
they're gonna get that for free.
But at this point, it is a 4 versus 3 on the bot side and a 1 versus nothing on the top currently.
It looks like it's a 2v4 and a 1v1.
Yeah, in this case, so they split it up, which is probably fine, just so Crack Variety can't take the turret. And so they're just going to fight back and forth. But that bot turret is definitely going down, and so is that inhibitor, just with lightning speed. Triple Mountain, yikes.
Yeah, that's a yikes from me, dog.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It's definitely a no for me on this game, for sure. It's not going to go down too well. Mostly because, we got to say right now, Infernal has been made a lot of great moves. They are objective focused, and they're showing it right now. They have the inhibitor down on the bot side, immediately roaming to the other parts of the map. They're going to have to send multiple top, because that's one taparoo for the top tower.
Yeah, Infernal has played these rotations really well. Honestly, I think at this point, if you're Bramble, you start looking towards the next game and start asking, what adjustments are we going to make?
Yeah.
Because
100% agree.
This game is over.
Yeah. The love tap took away 30% of the tower, one shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen.
So Misfortune's empowered. Yeah, auto is just too much.
Yeah, if you let Misfortune get 2 autos off, the tower's dead.
And again, we got the Skinnergy going on. Misfortune looking at that like purple kind of dark outfit.
Yeah,
the Dark
yeah.
Star looking too good. Got to be careful. Hits the Rupture onto Robian, which was probably the best target to hit it on because he needs to do as much damage as he can. But unfortunately for these team fights, we got a lot going on right now. Misfortune Bullet Time taking out the Pantheon. And we got the Aatrox in the back line, but the Dankest jungle is dominating. Cop is there trying to absorb what he can, but Arobian is putting out the damage. What he can do, it has to get all flashes being blown literally everywhere. The final, or the middle inhibitor is going down. The top one is vacant. I'm not sure if they're going to switch to that, if they're going to try to end the game.
Rotating top.
Going for the safe
might
play.
as well take it.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's free real estate.
There it is. So there's the triple inhibitor down right now. We got Super Minions going to be streaming in the double for all of the lanes. This is going to be one of those, let's all go back, spend your incredible amounts of money. Most people are sitting with at least 1,500 gold, some of them with over 2,000. Come back with our big items. Let's finish this.
Zabel greeting for these Krugs, slowing everybody down on this reset.
Yeah, there's a couple people talking about Pantheon in the chat right now. Pantheon is definitely hard to play when you're behind, for sure.
Yeah, Pantheon needs to snowball. Otherwise, he's just kind of a useless champion. Especially when you're building lethality like this. A 1 in 7 damage Pantheon isn't going to do anything. Like, at this point, you almost think he should be going tanky and just try to peel for the jinx.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, I can't imagine this game's gonna go much longer than a single push. Just because like we have the super minions everywhere, right? The teams like they have their items now. They're up, 7K.
Zabel really wants to hit level 16. He keeps taking everything. I wonder if they're stalling for this Elder.
I mean, it's very possible.
The
Crack Variety right now is just sitting up there, like, taking a beating of epic proportions, and it doesn't even matter. Sitting there with 4,600 health, plenty of defenses, knocking people up left and right.
That is so huge.
Dankest Jungle just put the damage out and took out Knife. They're going to have to just retreat for the hills. Cop did not survive for his own ultimate to be there. Robian's putting out his best damage he possibly can. Unfortunately, it looks like this game is a foregone conclusion. And they have burned up the competition for game number 1. Infernal taking game 1 of the series. Sasha, what do you think about this game before we go to the quick break?
Like I said, Infernal just layered all their abilities. They did a really good job waiting out the Terra Cult. And they cleaned up with their rotations.
For sure, looking so good. Also in the chat, do not worry. Please do not keep your opinions to yourself. Share them. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Believe in yourself because we're the Rekt League and we want the good times rolling. So if you haven't, please give us a follow. If you want to check out the Rekt League on Sundays, every Sunday we're going to do this. We're going to do a quick break though in between the games. We'll be coming right back. Just going to have a little quick 5-minute break and let's get going. Welcome back to the Rekt League. My name is Reddy Z and I'm joined by Quicksilver Sasha. We are here after game number 1 of Team Brambleback versus Team Infernal Drake. Now, Team Infernal took game number 1, but Sasha, tell me, what do you think Bramble has to do in order to make a good chance for game number 2?
You know, I think one of their mistakes was picking a comp where it relied on Infernal to make a mistake before they could re-engage. I think if they just play something simpler, play something that gives them agency and like lets them make a play, that'll help them.
I like to see that. I'm hoping that because the thing that's hard is Brambleback got a lot of their comfort picks, but in this case, they weren't able to take the game away. And again, so like, what do you do when your comfort picks don't work, as far as agency and things like that? What are we thinking about this?
You know,
Brian the Broken, thank you for the 1 bit.
Yeah.
For the PogChamp 1 bit. Crushing it. Loving it.
They need to not give up 5 Drakes.
That is, I think that was Omega Lol, sure. For this case, I mean, it ultimately comes down to it, but we see them looking at what not to give him, right? They don't want to give Knife Tryndamere. We see Yuumi being taken away this time.
Is a really good adjustment.
There you go. Don't have to deal with that.
Is terrifying on his Yuumi.
It was very annoying, and it definitely did not allow that bot lane to get to the point where Rovian could just solo carry the game, like he has done so many times in the past. Agreed there.
Yeah.
Sejuani being taken away from Dynamic Killer. We do not want to see that Lee Sin.
Still scared of Zabel's Lee Sin.
Lee Sin is one of those champions that if you pop off too hard, you become a legend in the league, and we don't.
That's fair.
You don't want to be the one that they styled on.
But you know, I also don't want to be the one that gets styled on. But
and that's what that ban button is for, I guess.
Yeah. Picking the Tarek again.
Good. I mean, to be honest, like we were talking, right? Cop has been nailing it with
those
Tarek
ults were on point right up until the end where they slipped a little bit, but I think that had more to do with just the team being so far behind.
Yeah, you're right. The game state was just out of control.
Picking the Jarvan out for Zabel again still wants that early game pressure. Plus the Jarvan gives him that good snapping gauge. It lets him jump in 1v4 and then flash out.
And I agree with you completely. Really, just having something like Jarvan allows them to have so much control. He's able to affect the map very quickly. And in the late game, if you don't have flashes, you're stuck in that Jarvan ult for a long time. But I do like something different. We get the Lux pickup. So my question...
And it'll be interesting to see where that Lux goes.
Exactly.
I know Colbert does play it. I know nothing about AWAF. So it's entirely possible that Lux goes mid.
Ooh.
Are we going to see the Kiana?
Ooh.
Is he going to lock it in? Is he going to play her?
Let's see it.
I feel like he's hovering it long enough that it's not going to be it.
Oh, Pickle with the Nico. Okay, I like the Nico pick. I was excited for Kiana because that pick is so disgusting. It's just
I still don't understand that champion. I know that she kills me. I don't understand how.
She gets elements. She does stuff. She moves in your face. You take way too much damage for her abilities and die.
Yeah, that sounds about right. She gets things and she kills you with them.
Yeah, and it's really... I agree with you. Every time I've played it... I played Riskiana like 1 time, and I exploded immediately. I was like, oh, I have not played this game enough to understand what happened to me.
Yeah, and then I played Kiana 1 time, and I exploded immediately.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But in this case, Colonel Paco does feel that the no bans versus Pickle is a little disrespectful. But in this case, Colonel Paco, Pickle's going to have to win one of these games for his team, and then they can understand his legendary status.
The Zyra ban coming out. Apparently, AWAP Zyra was scary enough that they want to make sure they do not play against that champion again.
And honestly, that champion was very, very disgusting. The damage was really high.
it was really effective in those fights. Just having that engage, having the ult to layer on, Kled ban against Knife.
I like that. I think Kled is one of those champions where if you're looking to change the game up a little bit, right? You want to change your kind of defensive mindset or even Aatrox into a Kled is really good. Having something that you can really punish the top laner, especially if you feel that you can outplay them in lane, I think that's a fun take.
You know, it says that you're really trying to adapt when you banned 3 out of the 5 champions they played last game. They want to see how deep these Infernal champion pools go. You're not playing this comp again.
Exactly. In this case, we have, in my opinion, what looks to be a fully different style of composition, right? We have the Lux Ezreal probably in the bot side with the Malzahar. It could be Malzahar support. That did exist for a little while.
It's not. That's a Malzahar mid.
Very good.
And both of these lanes that they've drafted are really safe lanes. You have a lot of range with the Ezreal Lux, and Malzahar can just clear the wave and walk away.
And which is super useful, right? It's just depending on what we see going on here. So I'm assuming that's going to be the Malphite top.
Oh no, it's Malphite top.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if this is another Malphite jungle today, I don't understand it.
Gangplank. Ugh. That's such a good pick for the top laner into Malphite. Malphite's going to eat so many barrels. Well, the thing is, like, Malphite, is just going to get poked down for a while, but I just feel like every time I've done that matchup...
Lux jungle, Jarvan support? Let's go.
That would be amazing. Yeah, Lux jungle.
I got $10 for you if you do it.
Throw in the games. Week 1 throw games. Very good. Week 1 digging the bribes.
Yeah. No, it's I'd love to see it, especially if they can win with it.
Well, here you go.
Jarvan support is a thing.
Oh, sure.
I wonder if Panda's going to take flash, or if he just is going to not notice, because he's still hovering Exhaust Ignite. If he doesn't take flash, that'll be a big deal.
Okay. Well
that
is unexpected, but also exciting.
Was dynamic killer. Oh, he does have flash.
Oh, it did change.
I don't know if it was just a visual bug or what happened.
It does, yeah. It did change at the end here.
All right, then. Never
during the
mind.
spectator delay. Okay.
Yeah, I would not have used the Lux with no flash because she has it.
All right, so we're looking at these teams, right? I'm going to dig it for the takes one more time. We got Bramble, Infernal, all teams lined up for you. We got Gangplank versus Malf in the top, Zac versus Jarvan in the jungle, Nico Malzahar matchup, the Jinx, Taric versus the Ezreal Lux. Who do you feel is the stronger coming out of this champ select?
It kind of just depends on how the game goes. I feel like both teams have a lot of really hard engage tools. And I feel like if they get a lead, they can just win. With the Zac, Slingshot, Malphite ult, Taric ult to keep everybody safe. Whereas on the side of Infernal, you've got Jarvan combo. He's going to be building full tank, so he can just jump in there and not die. Malzahar ult is one button, and this person dies. And then obviously Lux with her long-range snare and the ability to just throw out an ult.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, it's really going to come down to who has the better CC fingers.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yes. Who's got the better clicks when it comes out? Because you got the Malphite one that can really take it all away, and it really comes down to, for me, do you think Gangplank is going to be able to affect the other lanes with his ultimate, or will he be looking for those kills versus the Malphite?
Honestly, Gangplank is a champion who scales really hard, and he's in a fairly easy lane with Malphite. He doesn't necessarily have to worry about getting all in all the time, like he would against a carry top laner if Malphite's building tank. Mm-hmm. Even though we've been seeing a lot of AP Malphite today.
Very true.
I'm still confused about Malphite jungle.
It's just one of those things where it could come out of the jungle and affect the lanes, I guess,
Yeah. it'll be interesting to see if Dynamic can abuse Zac E. The range on that is so massive, and you can pull off some really dumb ganks. Just
That's
because
true.
you can come from where the hell was that and be in the lane.
Which has been some of my favorite things of Zac ganks, right? When they show up, you didn't expect him. He shows up in a lane. He does the, takes you away in the van situation. Abduct, I believe it's called.
They reverted his ult.
I gotcha. Unfortunately.
He's back to bounce 3 times, run around the fight and heal.
Aw, that's too bad. I have not seen the Zac nerf. That makes me sad.
It's not a nerf. It means I'm gonna play him again.
Oh, I guess, but
I love that ult. That ult is the most fun ult in the game. You just bounce around, and you're on people's face.
Do fun things. I guess that makes sense. You know, for a champion like Zac, that a lot of his mobility was really important. I could see how that is a very important ult to have.
Yeah. We got the pay-to-win bot lane between Dankus Jungle and Covert Panda with the Pulsefire Ezreal and the Elementalist Lux.
Oh my goodness. That bot lane dropped some cash, and I love it.
Yeah, they did. I wonder what forms Lux is going to take. We're going to have to track that if you know what they are.
Oh yeah, we can call him out as we see him.
Good, because I don't know them.
I would imagine in this case we're probably going to see Darkness, just because it's Pulsefire Ezreal. Or Light. What else would they possibly do? If I were them, yeah, probably Darkness, because we also have, if we're doing Skinergy, right?
Right.
We have Sable and
It looks like they're going for this bot lane invade.
Let's follow as if we were a cop, right? So you're walking in, you're walking to this bot lane, you're walking out, you're putting in a ward.
A little ways. Oh!
Totally spots him.
Is he going to spot it out? The Q comes out, and it misses.
This is not. Okay. Safe. Good job, cop. Wards save lives.
Are they looking to re-engage this invade?
I mean, they're not letting it go down just like that.
All right. They're walking away.
So if I were Elementalist Lux, I would probably be taking Ice as a good choice as well as for your elements, just because you have the Snow Day Malzahar. Or you take Darkness, so you take like Fire Water and go for Dark Fire or whatever the hell it's called. Jarvan.
Yeah, it really just, it depends on who you want the synergy with. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the 2 champions with the pick abilities go together. This little cheese here from Covert and Dankest, I'm assuming they were spotted out on that ward for this. But they really like to do this bush cheese in Tribush.
Yeah, they definitely were spotted. As you can see, Rovian and Cop
Yeah.
walking the correct way. That's good. Well done, you two. Pay attention to the map. No cheesy deaths today. Exactly. Round of applause. Round of applause for the gentleman. So we're looking to see some...
And Rovian misses the entire melee wave.
Yeah, that feels real bad.
That's such a tilter.
He did have to dodge a lot of potential CC coming in, but yeah, that's a lot of farm missing.
Oh, yeah. No. There we go. He got his first creep.
Let's not focus on that.
I would be crying if I was him.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Tragic.
That's a terrible feeling.
He's so zoned by this level 1 because of the snare.
Yeah, it's a lot. We have Zabel and Zac fighting. He's getting blobbed right now.
And they will teleport onto the Zac blob way at the end.
So he does not die. Yeah, they don't want his final blob to die.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, Zabel is just doing so much work.
Zabel
But
wants this.
I'm not sure why Zabel didn't stay and fight that. Knife is level 1.
Yeah, He's still waiting. What are you doing?
It's very cruel. We're gonna see Dynamic Killer just get bullied right now. You need to get out of your
Zabel,
jungle, sir.
you're so rude.
Oh.
So rude.
Zabel, think of his family. Yeah. It's gonna follow him through the jungle.
And he's leaving the little puppy alive without his mommy.
Oh. Just
Zabel hates
cruel.
families. Things you learn in Rekt.
Confirmed. So we got Dynamic Killer having to take out the chickens right here, which is one of the most damaging camps in the game. So it's...
Honestly, on Zac, chickens are really easy to take just because you can heal from your blobs and all of your damage is AoE.
That's nice. That's true. At this point, I was a little worried. He did have Smite, but he was very, very low.
Yeah, he should be smiting these Krugs.
Which I think he did use his... Yeah, his smite will back up.
He has smite up. There we go. He smited the Krugs.
Very good. So now we're back to the rest of the map here. We have some pretty standard things going out. Rovian's trying to catch back up and farm after tilting himself off the face of the earth by missing so much CS in the first wave. That's always the hard part. Being an AD carry person, you miss that CS and you just like want to quit immediately.
Being a jungler, I miss all the CS, and then my laners get upset.
That makes sense. Cop just took an incredible amount of damage. Danka's jungle and Covert Panda just do so much in lane right now. Their damage output is extremely high.
Yeah, and especially with Zabel damaging Zac and keeping him off of his camps, that just buys more time for this poke bot lane to harass the shit out of Cobb and Rovia.
That's very true. And as you can see, Covert Panda is so far up in the lane right now. If they didn't have Zabel on the bot side, I would be very scared to be standing in that position with the Zac on the enemy team. But again, Zabel's right there, so they can just have whatever they want with this.
Speaking of the Zac on the enemy team, it looks like Dynamic is coming right back down to this bot lane. He does not care about his camps. He wants to stop Rovian from...
If he walks up, though, let's see.
Oh, a fight in the mid lane?
Oh, they see the Zac is also on the bot side. There's definitely a fight in the mid lane. There's a fight going on the bot side as well, which they're going. Pickle Popper is running for his life. We have both teams on the blue side running for their lives. Pickle Popper's got the flash over the wall to his evade Zabel and a waff. A waff. A waff.
A waff?
A waff.
We're gonna have to find out how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, for sure. If you know, regardless if they win or lose, it's 1-1. I'm bringing one from both teams if it goes that way. If they get 2-0, he's coming, and I'm asking him how to pronounce his name for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna ask somebody.
Exactly. So we got Covert Panda here. Oh no!
Earth Drake again? Oh.
Cop is.
Zabel, they have a family.
They had a family.
Families.
They had a family. No longer. With Zabel, has anything to say about it? All the Earth Dragons and the Mountain Dragons have been removed from the Earth. Pun intended. Yeah.
It's tragic. Yeah,
So we go.
Seriously, good pickup from Infernal. That Mountain Drake is really going to help him.
Yeah.
The next Drake is Ocean, which especially with the poke tools they have, getting that for either side is going to be a really big deal. So I expect to see a fight around that Drake.
It's also really nice to have Mountain Dragons so early in the map because you're able to get those plates off that much faster. Because they are still up. And they'll be for a little while. But at this point, he's got to see Pickle Popper's taking a bit of a lead in the mid lane here. Got his 39-27 farm. Rovian's down by a little bit, but that's to be a little bit expected based on the poke lane that he's playing up against. Gangplank is finding that substantial lead in the top side, which is going to not bode well for the mid game and especially the late game if it gets to that point.
Also in the bot lane, they took a tower plate, which puts their lead even further. Dangus Jungle right now is up about 600 gold on this Jinx.
Ooh, off this here, fighting Dynamic Killer, Pickle Popper in the mid. Oh, the ultimate from Gangplank turning it around. First blood goes to Dynamic Killer, but second blood goes to Crack Variety.
And Covert's looking to try to clean up. It looks like Nico's going to make it away. But like I was saying, in this bot lane, we have a Jinx on a BF sword against an Ezreal on Sheen and Tyr. So not only does he get his Tyr and start stacking that up, but he does have the damage from Sheen. Normally with Ezreal, if you back on just Tyr, you're going to be weaker in this 2v2. But getting that is such a big deal for him.
Yeah. And it's going to look really good, especially, like you said, even more poke. They have to respect it. Level 6 coming out for Ezreal, and then level 6 coming out for Lux. Maybe half a level. Looks like Ezreal got a lot of solo experience. But as you can see, the Mountain Dragon doing a lot of work. Oh, they get the snare up onto Cop on the bot side, taking a lot of poke. On the top side here, we got Pickle Popper showing up with, oh, the Malphite ult goes and takes down Zabel. Knife picks it up. Malphite with the kill with the assist from the Pickle.
And now they're saying, Zabel, this is for my family?
Yeah. With that one, I'm going to have to go with Brian on this one. We got Pickle Pogger, but we got Dynamic Killer on the bot side, making Covert Panda have to scurry away. Had to use Flash to get out of that one. Great usage of that to allow the repeat ganks in the future.
Yeah, and this bot lane is playing so far up that really they should be an easy gank. As long as you can keep vision control of this tri-bush, Zac can just jump over.
Yeah. Excuse my yawn
Nico
there.
pushing and resetting in the mid lane. It looks like AWOF is gonna not sniff this one out. Well, maybe he does.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean,
Shoving that in.
right now it kind of looks like we're getting back to some a little bit of farming nature. As you can see, the gold has kind of gone back the other direction. Now we're only up by 900 gold on the side of Infernal, which is not nearly as bad. But we did see a quick flash blown from Knife and Sable on the top side. Sable going in for that ultimate, Knife flashing out immediately. So now Sable knows I can make a repeat on the top side, potentially getting some towers.
Yeah, and if you look at the gold breakdown, this bot lane is still behind 700 gold, but both of the solo lanes are up slightly, and the dynamic in the jungle is actually ahead of Zabel, even though he's 20 CS down with that kill he's got.
Which is pretty good because Zabel just took the blue buff and is taking the entire top jungle currently.
And there's a gank bot that doesn't really amount to anything. Dynamic's spending a lot of time just sitting in this bot lane. Zabel going top?
Zabel going top, finding the damage onto Knife. Knife is retreating through the river. Pickle Popper looking to get some sort of assistance. Gets the slow off. The Gangplank ulti used, but not really used, unfortunately, for Gangplank. The slow not really there, but we do have some fights going on the bot side. Dynamic jungle is solo. Oh, Cop gets the kill! The Ignite coming out, slaying.
Clean up the Zac. No.
Yes? Did not do so. Oh.
No.
No. It was a good try. Had the snare onto Cop or Robian.
And Jarvan looking mid. Alright.
Pickle Popper doing the thing.
These junglers just are not going to their jungles. They want to be in these lanes killing people.
That's for sure, but Zabel's going to the enemy jungle. That's what he's spending a lot of his time on, so he is farming the way he needs to. He is currently up by 32 farm.
Yeah, and Bramble has the inside track on this Rekt, so they're on it right now. Right now, Zabel just backed. So they are giving up this Drake. They have no vision in the area.
Dynamic Killer is legitimately panicking at this Drake right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to see him go down.
There we go. All right, good. The Ocean Drake for them is a really huge pickup for this laning phase.
Yeah, especially for this bot lane. They've already equalized their CS because Dynamic has been spending so much time in their lane. And the Ocean Drake will let them survive this poke.
This is also huge for Malzahar, or not Malzahar, excuse me, Malphite on the top side. Having that regen out of combat is such a big deal. Able to spam out his abilities, able to take poke from Gangplank now, and not really have to worry about it in lane. It's a very big deal for Bramble. Yeah, just able to literally walk around and throw Qs at Gangplank, just while not taking the damage from the enemy champion is just a really big deal.
Yeah, Nico topside getting this pink ward. It looks like Pickle might still want it.
I think Pickle was trying the 4D chest there, right? Made his clone go out to look like he was trying to flank that Gangplank. Gangplank walks away from the tower. They both walk up and start hitting the tower.
Really well played by Pickle.
Yeah.
They are pushing in the mid lane as a counter, but Zac is there, and they just don't have the same damage as they do top lane.
Not yet, but Pickle Popper is here.
He's getting back in.
Sable was not surprised. Here comes the ultimate out from Malzahar. Let's bounce, knocking him down. Oh, the Gangplank going in.
Going way out.
Oh, hits the double root on there. Pickle Popper looking to do some extra damage. Zabel looking to duel him up. So close. Pickle Popper also does go down to the red buff. AWOF is there with Dynamic Killer. They're fighting in the other directions. Knocked out from the blast plant. Dynamic Killer falling super low, trying to get the CC onto that. Is there, gives a lot of respect to Knife, thinking you're going to have to save me if I'm going in, and they get the kill.
That looked like a slight miscommunication with Zac trying to slingshot out
and Nico saying, no, we're going to fight this. We're going to kill them.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting, but Zach was ultimately able to slingshot back in with almost 0 health, trusting in the teammate to do the damage.
Yeah, and that's big for them. That actually lets the gold stay completely equal. And they are ahead still on this entire top side of the map. The only spot where Infernal has a lead is in their bot lane.
Which isn't too bad because it's always nice to see an Ezreal ahead of things to see if Dankus jungle can really make it work. But like you said, this is starting to become a little bit a significantly more balanced game than the previous one, all considering that they are 200 gold away across the entire map. Love to see that. So we got Pickle Popper here looking to taunt all sorts all over the place over this ward. I don't know if you saw that. That was fantastic.
Well, you gotta respond to Zabel's 1v4 with asserting dominance in your own way. And on Nico that means spamming emotes on a ward.
Of course, of course. I agree with that.
It's honestly still playing that 10-dimensional chess that he was playing earlier.
Yeah, so we got Roby in here looking to see if he's getting to the point he has not finished the Infinity Edge just yet.
Zabel trying to catch Pickle on their own?
I think so.
It looks like we're going to see something go down in the spot lane.
Get a little bit of Ezreal ult looking to find people. It seems to be the case. A little bit of poking on the top side at the same time, but otherwise, ultimately...
Everybody kind of just decides not.
Yeah, for the best, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no objective they were fighting over. I don't think either team really had great positioning. So they all kind of just decided it wasn't worth fighting. There is an Infernal Drake coming up in a minute, though. I expect to see a lot of fighting around there. Zabel is going towards his Krugs, probably pathing down towards that Drake.
I can see that. Looking to end up at that Drake when it's ready.
Getting a reset off on AWOF. Or not. Never mind. I lied.
I thought it was going to be the case, too. Although AOF does have 1,400 gold sitting in the pocket.
Yeah, and especially when you have this Infernal Drake coming up, you want to be resetting and getting rid of all that gold. We've got 1,500 gold in the top lane, 1,000 in the jungle, 1,500 in the mid lane. And they're just not backing.
Whoa, did not see that kill on the bot side happening. Excellent work on Dynamic Killer, jumping in and getting the assassinate with 2 others. I believe definitely, it sounds like they caught Covert Panda just being in the, trying to be in the Infernal Pit.
And they are controlling this area. They threw a control ward down. They're starting the Drake.
Or at least, looks like they flashed out. Covert Panda flashed into the Infernal Pit to try to save, but died. It's very possible. Sable going in, trying to make it work, but here comes the root. Sable might just find himself dead from that. No steal available. Cataclysm in place. Zabel is there. Dynamic Killer on the killing spree. Malzahar is there. Gets knocked out of place. AWOF is there too.
I guess.
Double kill for Dynamic Killer. Really starting to knock it down. Dankus jungle is there. The damage is coming out from Dynamic Killer. Gets the... No, does not get the... Sidesteps. Very good. Covert Panda looking... Wow. Wow, you got to give the Fancy Feet award to Bramble back on that one. They were just dodging all over the place.
Every single ability. That was so just nuts to watch.
Give Bramble the certificate of Fancy Feet award for sure. Because that was exactly what you need to do to not die.
I would not want to be across the dance floor from them.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a lovely partner dance with them, but I do not want to be in that same competition.
Yeah.
So
looks like both teams are coming back out on the map.
Exactly, and back in on the top side, it looks like Knife is just continuously pushing up, trying to get as much as he can done. But Zabel showing up on the top. Knife might have to hurry for the hills.
He does have flash and ult, so he can get away from this if he wants.
And it looks like I think
he has reinforcements coming up. He might want to turn it.
Yeah, he was baiting that for sure. He was like slowing down. He was like moving in circles, roundabout way. And Zabel fell for it at this point in time. Had to flash out. I'm surprised we haven't seen the ult yet, really. Okay, wait until the turret. That's fine, I suppose. It dies to the turret. Unfortunately, wow, never mind. Again, waited slightly too long. Double flashes have to go out in order to pick up the kill. Good job on Zabel for not allowing them to have that one for free, or being, upset about getting caught there, but wow. I think that
Yeah.
Malphite ult was just slightly too slow.
They wound up spending a lot of resources. They lost the Zac passive and 2 flashes.
Yeah, which is...
But they do
and a
get
Malphite
that
ult.
first tower, which is really big for them, especially with the fact that they're starting to get a gold lead. They have that Infernal Drake. So if they can start getting map pressure with these towers, they're going to help them a lot. Or,
Keep
I'm
it
sorry,
tight.
it looks like the mid turret fell first.
Right, not the first tower gold, but their first tower is what I thought you were referring
Yeah.
to. Even still,
No,
opens up the
I'm
map
just
for them.
dumb.
So here we go. We got what the thing to pay attention to for me is that we have the most of the farm, definitely on AD carries. They're keeping up with their farm. Top side doing very well, additionally, but again the highest farm going to Rovian. Happened to come back from that early game tilting deficit, really focused on that, and is now ahead.
And if you notice, the majority of this gold lead that Brambleback has built is on their Zac. It's on their tank, who's going to be jumping right in the middle. He has a fully completed Spirit Visage. He has his Cinder Hulk. So he's going to be going in there and trying to live as long as he can. Just disrupt that backline.
Oh, Rovian finds Covert Panda in the wrong spot. Super Mega Death Rocket does not seal the deal. Zap bringing him very close. Final Rocket picks it. He is now excited.
Running.
They're moving up. We have the flash from Ezreal. They're all shooting back as much as they can. Kiting as much as they can. Knife finds it, predicts the pathing, picks up Zabel, has to get put down into his own Cataclysm. The Cop
Right
ultimate.
on the Blast Cone.
Exactly.
Oh,
AWF
the
is
Blast
there.
Cone out of the Cataclysm.
AWF is there.
That's
Finds,
passive.
finds the kill. The turnaround, the shutdown as well, going to Malzahar. That is a lot of gold. Looking at over 2,000 gold in his pockets now.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big turn. It's always really tilting when you lose a shutdown as a tank, because you shouldn't be dying. I'm so tanky at this point.
Pickle Popper and Crack Variety making the Benny Hill music come back right now. Both missing all of their CC, missing everything they could possibly miss. Letting Pickle Popper shoot his barrels. It was goofy.
Yeah, and Dynamic winds up dying to just taking too many tower shots. I think he might have thought he had his passive up.
It's very possible. He still has 2 minutes on his passive, though.
Yeah, it is something that's easy to lose track of as a Zac player, though.
It's true.
If you just don't think about it, you think, oh, I'm Zac, I can go in. And then you realize when the last shot's in the air.
And then you die. But I still like all the play coming out from the teams right now. Dynamic Killer does house most of the kills. I bet they wish at least a few more of those were onto the Jinx right now. But that is okay. Jinx is doing well for herself. Picking up a lot of the gold. Looking at 8,000 gold. Definitely the richest on their team.
Infernal's just starting this Drake the instant it comes up. Both teams are in the area. Malphite is still a ways behind. He does have his teleport. It looks like he wants to just walk there, though.
I think that's fine. I think it should be really
Dynamic
close.
trying to steal.
Coming in. Gets
The Drake!
Gets the Ocean Drake number 2. Sable's got to feel unhappy about that one. The
Oh,
turnaround
that's a
fight.
teller.
Yeah, they're going to have to get out of there. Oh! Super Mega Death Rocket from Rovian takes him out.
And
Kicks-
Zabel is safe and backing in the enemy jungle. It looks like they're pinging onto this Baron.
Yeah, I don't see it why they wouldn't right now. They do have the ability to take, if they take poke right now, totally fine. They do have double Ocean. So at this point in time, they're like, what do we have to
They're starting
lose?
it?
Yeah, what do we have to lose? They'll send Pickle middle. They'll send everyone else to the Baron. It's very
Zabel is
possible.
in the area.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to get fooled by this, of course, but like they're looking to take this turret. Clearly, no one's helping them push the turret, which means they're on Baron, right? Like otherwise, you'd go for the mid turret, which might have been the safer play. But here, Sable says, "Okay, good, good. I like how you
two
grab this."
steals in 2 minutes.
Very possible. Sable is lining it up.
Zabel's looking. He is a level down.
Oh! Steals it back.
Oh, he got it! And that's why you don't go to that Baron.
Oh, feeling a little confident with Dynamic Killer's smite on that one, and Sable says, "No, you can't take 2. You're allowed to
so
take two
this is the
50-50s."
game of steals. Both teams going for a 50-50. Both teams regretting it.
Yeah.
I have to say that Infernal kind of came out on the top of that extended play.
Yeah, unfortunately for Brambleback, yes, having that Baron buff is going to stall out the game and really get them back into it.
And the Baron was delayed until everybody was up on Infernal. So all 5 members of the team do have that Baron buff.
Ugh. That is unfortunate for Brambleback and Brambleback fans out there. At the same time, Infernal fans definitely had their heart leap through their chest coming from that Drake steal, but right into the Baron steal.
Yeah, and that Baron steal is really going to help them stabilize this game. They're starting to fall behind, but because they have the Baron, you can't push into Baron-empowered minions.
Yeah, it's just not going to work out.
Especially not at 24 minutes.
Yeah, the wave clear is
have the
definitely
wave
not there.
there.
Yeah, agreed. It's definitely not there for the team. They're going to have a hard time with this. It's just going to allow them to get the money where they need it, especially onto the Malzahar. They need it onto the Gangplank, getting them into that late game mode. Same with the Ezreal, right? He has 2 items completed. And
He does have a fully stacked tier and a Triforce, though. So this Ezreal is on his power spike right now.
Yeah, he's looking really good, and even still, like, going later into the game, that's what they need for this Gangplank and this Malzahar. It's going to look real tasty. So, stalling it out a little bit, slowing it down, I like the play on that one. We're just having to see where they go with this one. I have a feeling this one's going to go a little long, because these teams are voraciously defending these turrets. Still haven't lost
like they're
middle.
Setting up in this top jungle. I don't know what objective they're going for right now. I think Infernal is looking to push down this mid tower.
I think potentially, they were trying to do something with the top inner tower. I'm not so sure. So anyway,
I don't know. This bot outer is still standing, and they just seem to not care about it.
Which is really too
the fact
bad.
That it's a half health standing gold tower.
Yeah, agreed.
Ezreal to clear the mid wave. And it looks like we're settling in for Brambleback to siege against this Baron.
I mean, that's a good sign for Brambleback fans, right? If you're sieging against Baron empowered minions, you know you're doing something right. And
yeah.
And the main thing I want to point out is Rovian. Rovian with 230 farm. Ooh, here we go. We're in the river right now. Pickle Popper falling low, but Rovian is there to back them up. We got Dynamic Killer in the front. Hits the full Lux combo onto Rovian, but Cop is there to heal him back up. Rovian trying to stay out of the fight. Super Mega Death Rocket going in.
Do not. I was wondering how that interaction works. The Zac Blobs do not get the Terra Gold.
Oh, that's been okay. Interesting. So Zabel is falling very low. Knife is there. Was autoing the wrong champion, unfortunately. Did not allow him to get the kill. If he could have got the kill onto Zabel, unfortunately, he did auto the incorrect champion. But that is okay, because Rovian was there to get the cleanup. And we do see some people falling at this point. Oh, shut down onto Pickle Popper from the backside. Crack Variety. Came out of nowhere, even through a ward. Saw that one coming. Rovian looking to...
He's running away instead of just taking the tower. That tower was low enough that if he autoed it twice, he'd cancel that teleport.
It's very true, but in this case, I guess better safe than sorry. Might have been in the mind. Ooh, nice snipe on the part of Rovian there, hitting Awaf's passive all off of him. Oh, with the zap. This is looking mighty tasty. There's only a 1,200 gold that are separating these two teams, but Rovian is reaching a disgusting point right now. 241 farm at 27 minutes. 3 items completed. Quicksilver Sash, Runin's Hurricane, and the Infinity Edge. Ugh, but we have the double mountain.
Infernal coming in with a double mountain is also big. They have a hard time sieging into this double Ocean Drake empowered team.
Sure.
But with double mountain, they can force fights on Baron. They can force down a turret. If you leave this Ezreal alone for just a couple of seconds with his W on a tower, he can just take it.
That makes a lot of sense. Which is also going to be disgusting because having people that can just siege so well. On both teams, actually, Ezreal and Jinx are both incredible sieging AD carries. So whoever makes the next mistake might find their base cracked open.
Yeah. It's definitely coming to a game state where if either team loses a fight, they're going to lose a lot off of it.
Also, my cat noob wants to get in on the casting action. Was
well,
meowing
you know,
at me.
it's important for our feline fans out there.
Exactly. Next time we get some games going in, I'll get my camera going. We'll get noob up there. Looking good.
You know, that might be too distracting. Everybody might want to watch that instead
I'll put it
of
in
the game.
I'll put it in the corner. Put it on the green screen. We'll just have cat roaming.
Rekt League 2.
Rekt League 2 cat stream only. Crack Variety is up here with Knife. We got Zabel and Knife looking to do the 2v1. But here we go. Knife has to ult out of it. He ults backwards. Okay, he does not want to take this fight.
Caught?
Covert then, they were looking to rotate up. Gets the double root off. Rovian gets tagged by that final spark. But
He does
not
have to
nearly enough
flash
damage.
away. And this Baron is up now. It looks like Brambleback has most of the vision control. Infernal did get a ward into the pit, which is a big deal because there's no way they can start this Baron without, at the very least, being spotted.
Oh, Dankus Jungle
Ooh,
taking a lot of
Dankus.
damage. Almost caught. Oh, has to flash
Good
away from the
flash.
super mega death rocket. Otherwise, was a dead Ezreal.
Snare out of Covert doesn't really accomplish anything, but it was a good snare nonetheless.
Asserting dominance, of course.
Yeah, that's important.
So what we have here is a little bit of a dance. We're going to find if Brambleback is going to be looking for any catches. Definitely want to clean out a lot of this vision and strangle them into making a poor play. In this case, Cop needs to find these wards. Does see one of the wards. Does not go for it because they're called to the top.
Is Knife gonna fall?
Ooh, the flash! Oh, does. However, Ezreal did use his long cooldown on his E. It's very possible that Rovian cleans up the rest of this, unless the... Ooh! The Ezreal damage is there, but Rovian does dodge the final spark. We have a lot of it coming out. Crack Variety does fall down. Zabel is on the side with AWF looking for extra damage on the Cop. Cop does go down. Pickle Popper is there to do some extra respawn damage. Rovian caught in the Cataclysm. Everyone caught in the Cataclysm. Triple going out for the dankest jungle, but Pickle Popper... He's going to do his best.
We're going to see Infernal turn right onto this Baron.
Oh,
if
absolutely.
he walks up, they're going to turn and kill his ass.
But Pickle Popper's going to do his best because if he tags any of these, again, they're super low. It's very possible for him if he feels like he can do it. I think he can do some amount of dodging. Yeah. There we go.
Off?
Look at again. They're trying to kill Pickle Popper because he's there.
The slow from the Jarvan W.
Yep. Oh, gets the root off. Oh, the final spark. Oh, gets him. That is far too much shit you have to dodge.
They're going back to this Baron with Zac coming up. Do they not know what game this is? This is the game of steals. Alright, it looks like they're backing.
Oh, but Covert Panda was backing without thinking that Malphite was right there. Oh, please. Oh, there it goes. Gets him knocked up right now.
Coming to die as a family.
Ooh. Oh, gets the final post-mortem Q off. Goes down, but... At the backside, the Super Mega Death Rocket tags the dankest jungle, so they are going to end up giving this Baron over to the other side. But once again, Sable says, all right, 50-50, let's go. I'm down.
50-50. Those have worked out great this game.
Yeah, especially on Barons. This game is looking mighty nasty for both of these teams. Again, 700 gold separates these two teams. The blue turret has been destroyed on the bot side, so Gangplank at least somebody.
Coming up in 30 seconds. They can get this, they can just heal through anything. If they can disengage for just a few seconds,
yeah,
heal up, and then re-engage,
yeah,
this will be huge on the side of Bramble. They're going for it.
Absolutely. We'll see what they're going to end up doing here. I think just grabbing this ocean
Also,
is going to be just so good.
Because of Zabel's early Drake, this is the fabled 6 elemental game.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Don't see these very often.
It's okay. We're gonna see 12% max health per 5 here. Oh. Blue team definitely grabs the dragon, giving them that fourth dragon for them, which is gonna give them a very disgusting Elder Drake here. And that's what you want to see. Like, it's gonna come down to who steals which from each other, right? Whomever starts it, the other person's going to steal it, and that's the way the game's going to go. I hope it goes that way. I'll be very proud of both these teams, regardless win or lose.
I want to see them trade objectives again, the same way they did the Mountain Drake and or the Ocean Drake and Baron, where one of them takes Elder Drake and gets it stolen, and then they go to Baron. And the other one
gets stolen.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. But
well, at this point in time, Dynamic Killer's finding himself in the wrong part of town, getting caught up by literally everything.
Yeah, it looks like Infernal doesn't want to give me what I want.
But in this case, here we go. The teleport is coming in. looking to save their jungler. Does get saved, does get rooted up, not enough damage to kill it. So at this point in time...
I don't know that I've seen a teleport on a ward from this team. I think every teleport I've seen has been on these Zac blobs.
But look at this. Look at the health coming back from Zac. Warmogs and Ocean already back up to full.
Warmogs, Ocean, and Spirit Vision.
Like, this Zac is like, alright, cool, guys, I almost died. That's great. I'm back in it. So they're looking to potentially...
2 health bars.
Yeah, it looked like Dynamic and Rovian were potentially trying to two-man Baron while everyone else is just pushing them off. But, nah, Infernal is much too wise for this.
Some poke damage coming out from Lux on the E. What is that, losing Singularity?
Got the wards coming out, looking to hit Baron, looking to get as much damage as they possibly can. Pickle Popper looking to confuse them, but they do get a little bit of a catch onto Zabel.
Dynamic
Killer going in. Bring them both together. Here they go. They got some CC. Blows the flash from Lux. Then backing up.
Coming around on the backside.
Definitely want to get that flank off right there, but that ward is delightfully placed to make sure that Malphite can't just walk in.
This is the longest fight where nothing happened I've ever seen.
Here's the vision we got going on. This is what we got the vision from Bramble. This is what we got the vision from Infernal. Oh, we got some fights going on in the mid lane right now. Cataclysm coming out. Rovian looking to get out of there as best he can. Backing up. Dankest Jungle gets the kill into Dynamic Killer. There is no jungler for the side of Brambleback. They're going to have to get out of there. Dankest Jungle is taking a lot of damage. Pickle Popper falls too. Oh no, that is a 3-4-0 so far. And Knife was looking to fall.
Split. Looks like they're going out of this Baron. They do have side waves pushing in. Oh, they're going to push mid?
Yeah, I mean, they got nothing. It's just
No
Rovian right
way?
there. There is no tank right now, so it's just going to be
Zabel
Rovian
is-
looking to
is
poke.
Tanking the... Okay. This is a decision that they made.
They are taking this tower right now, and that's what they decided they wanted to do. Allow them to get more pushing in there, and don't need the Baron right now. Playing it super safe, looking to take this game into the stratosphere for time.
So after that 3-for-0 fight, they take the mid tower, and then they are resetting. They did lose
A major wave bot lane, and they are having a wave crash top right now. It looks like Gangplank's going to be able to catch that. He is going to miss the cannon.
That is okay. Still plenty of farm. 330 farm for Rovian as well. Oh, this is going to be
Bramble
very
is
close.
setting up in this Baron area. They are not letting this vision go.
And they can't. At this point in time, the money has swung back to Infernal Drake's side. They are up by 4,000 gold, or 3,000 gold. It is starting to look a little scary at this point because they cannot afford to lose another team fight at this point.
Rovian can clear wards from so far with his rockets and his rapid fire. He's rocking a 75% crit chance build. Malphite out coming in.
Oh, here we come. We got some fights going in. Some more flashes. Crack Variety falling very low. Does not die. Tarek ult is keeping Knife healthy. And the Malphite ult is pushing them off for now. But not far enough away. I don't think Sable is going to allow this to get out of his range to steal. So Baron, while being very enticing, clearly what they want to grab. Rovian being caught by this Lux binding. Very dangerous. But not dangerous enough.
And the Elder Drake is coming up in 20 seconds. It looks like Brambleback is fading that direction. They got pings going out.
Yeah. Oh, but Pickle Pepper provides Covert Panda! That is a pick that they need in order to give them a lot of control away. Dynamic Killer needs to just make sure he does not die for this. But good job with those roots, finding the important person to grab out of that. One of the people that can freeze them in place to allow their team to actually engage or disengage correctly. So at this point, Pickle Popper looking to see if they can't grab that blue buff away. Crack Variety says, I think this one's
And they're
mine.
starting the Elder. It looks like Infernal has this sniffed out, but I don't know that they're going to get a chance to get in. They're pretty well zoned.
Pickle Popper is there, looking to slow up Zabel. Zabel's looking to see what they can do. They need to turn around on this. Pickle Popper is finding himself in the Ring of Doom with Zabel right now. Channeling against Pickle Popper. The Elder Dragon is helping out Infernal a lot right now, but Zabel is also falling incredibly low. But we're finding the double kills coming out. 2 for 0 thus far. And they're just turning themselves right back into Elder. I don't know if there's anyone they can do. Oh, Knife goes, finds the dankest jungle. Has to E away, has to Arcane Shift out of there, and Flash.
Back on the Elder.
Looking to steal with the Lux Laser, does not get it. Blue does secure the 4 Dragon Elder. That's going to be a lot of burn damage.
Look at how fast this Taric is healing from 6 Ocean Drakes.
Yeah, insane. That's what I'm saying. 12% per 5 is gross, including all of your mana as well. So you can just use everything in every fight. But here we're just going to see them burn this Baron to the ground.
Sidewave pushing it on the top lane, but they don't care. They're going to get a Baron. They got the Elder.
Baron.
They should be able to use this to close out the game. The Taric ult going down?
Taric ult, just, you know what, whatever. I have Ocean Drake. I don't need Taric.
There was a Gangplank ult on there. Like, they had to make sure they lived through that.
Yeah, that's the thing. There was something that was called, I'm not sure that Pickle Popper, how he lived through that one, lived with something like 40 health, and Dankest Jungle just must have just missed it, or his vision might not have been on the same location. Was just like, was not paying attention, unfortunately.
Dankest Jungle did ult to initiate the fight.
It's true. That's true. But in this case, we'll have to see. So right now, I'm really hoping that Brambleback makes good use of this Elder and Baron right now, because they really need to push up.
Ping's going out. It looks like they just want to walk it down mid.
As well.
Pickle Popper going to be a little late.
Yeah, they were looking to do some side lane control and stuff, which would have just, had this game go forever.
They do have the top wave pushing in, so they should be able to take this and then rotate there.
There we go. Taking the first tower. Possible they just seed this tower immediately.
That doesn't seem like Infernal style.
Gangplank barrel.
Infernal's going to fight for this tower.
Poor Crack Variety missed all 3 of those barrels. Was not able to get any of those barrels off here. But here we go. Tower's falling down. That's a lot of damage coming out from that burning Infernal. Look, the true damage is incredible. Playing it super safely. Probably could have just walked directly into the Nexus turrets with all of the power that they currently wield. But instead, playing it super safe.
They're walking over, rotating up to this side wave that they have, pushing that in. I mean, they're so strong at this point. There's no reason to not.
That's what I'm saying. So they're looking to say, like, all right, look, we can poke. Pickle Popper is there. All we need is Robian to throw a couple rockets. Those rockets are doing an incredible amount of damage. Burns through half of AWOP's health in 2 shots. Red turret is destroyed. Top inhibitor looking to go down. Are they going to go for the end, or are they just leaving?
It looks like they're rotating down to bot lane?
I think they are taking this the most methodical way they possibly can. Do not let any particular thing happen.
Yeah, they are leaving nothing up to chance. They want to make sure they take everything standing on the map. And especially with 5 members of Infernal down, they don't want to fight under these 2 towers.
Yeah, they're just slowly... And I guess the thing is they did run out of Elder Drake, right? So they just couldn't take a fight easily. And I think that was just not good enough for them.
I just saw Rovian get half a Panda's health 1 auto.
1 auto for sure. So here comes Rovian. Rovian does get caught in the back, has to remove the suppression, uses his Mercurial Scimitar. Sable's looking to take out Rovian, walked as far as he could. Rovian just kept walking backwards, says, "You're not going to take me today, friends."
And Bramble's walking out. They have the ocean, so as long as they can kite back, they can heal up.
Yeah, exactly. They're just playing this exactly what they need to do. Let the ocean work for them. Let Dynamic Killer and his, 5,500 health, tank, 4,000? 4,500 health? Jump in.
Yes, 4,500.
Just going in, walking it through. Now they come back.
Health again. They don't care.
Pretty much. I mean, everyone is healthy enough where they can just take this bottom inhibitor.
Zable's on the backside. He's got his ult.
Here they go, looking for Rovian. Not there for Rovian. Rovian is just free firing in the backside right now. Going down. AWOP's going down. Crack Variety is next.
A good stun from Cop onto Cobra Panda.
Yeah, also, Cobra Panda did get the snare off onto Rovian. That's why this fight isn't over right now. Because Rovian would have gotten a penta for sure. Like, that was very easy penta, but he got snared. So he was not able to move forward at all. But here we go. Rovian looking to just get down this final turret. The Gatling gun is out. Fish Bones is going to be coming out to help finish it with the rocket launchers. Here it comes down. Red turret being taken down. Making the thing 1-1. Brambleback take everything on the map for the total victory. Game Bramble. Whew.
series to a 1-1. So good job on them splitting games with Infernal.
Love the
I think it was
1-1 series.
Yeah, it was good rotations from both teams. Yeah, and good adaptations out of Bramble.
All right, we're getting A off in here for sure, so we can get his name correct. And you know, I mean, day one, I want to bring in a lot of people, but I just got to bring in Rovian, like, for week number 1. He did so well. He played super hard in that one.
He did not break 400 CS though. He only hit 399.
In that case, maybe I bring in Dynamic Killer.
Yeah, I don't know that he's worth bringing in.
You know, a real AD carry would have hit 400.
That's true. Nah, we're bringing in Rovian. We'll definitely Dynamic Killer. We'll definitely have your place in Sun. I want to say for sure, great job if you're listening out there. Excellent work. I'm just gonna grab them in from, bring them in, even if they don't want to chat. It's too bad. They're chatting now. If I can make sure I can bring them in time. I'm just gonna bring them in here. Bring them in that. Here we go. Number 1. Welcome, AWAF, into chat. First off, question number 1. How do you pronounce your name, my man?
You got it, actually. AWAF.
AWAF. All right. Whew.
All right, good.
We were like trying this whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were trying the whole game to get it right. But first off, great games today. Excellent job. Excellent showing. How'd you feel for those games coming up? First time in the Rekt League that I see, at least. Week number 1. How do you feel?
Feels good. I feel like the synergy with me and these guys is pretty good. So things are going.
Yeah, actually, things are definitely looking real up for you both. So you got to play game number 1 against what we know in the Rekt League as Pickle Popper's fabled Zillion. But I want to know, you came out of that one in great shape. And game number 2 as well, still looking really good. Did not pick up the win, but still looking great in game number 2. So how are you feeling about this mid lane matchups thus far? What do you think about how you had to integrate with these? Is this your first time playing with these people today? Or have you guys been doing a lot of these scrims and stuff? What's been going on?
I think it's been maybe 2-3 weeks, something like that. I've been playing with them. We played a few games together and we practiced a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy really.
I gotcha. So who do you find on your team? Who is the shot caller, and how do you guys formulate your kind of strategies, for example, in that first game, allowing you to pull that victory out?
It's kind of everybody working together, using their game knowledge, and just trying not to feed.
I like that one. The don't feed strategy is definitely a popular one for the ages.
I don't know. Sure. I don't have a lot of success on it, but
exactly. Neither do I, which is why I'm casting and not playing anymore. So at this point in time, AWF, so we're looking at looking for the future. You see you brought out some Malzahar. We see you bringing out a lot of various champions thus far. What can we expect from you in the Rekt League in the weeks to come?
I play a lot of mages, and I like assassins, but I typically don't have a lot of luck on them. So probably, I mean, may see some here and there, but for the most part, just wait clear and control.
I like to hear that for sure. So next week, it looks like I believe you all have a bye week next week. I believe that might be the case. So in this case, on your bye week, what's your plans? What sort of things are you going to be working on, and what do you want to work on with your team in order to come into week 3 looking strong?
Definitely want to. Well, I'm a sub for this team, by the way, so there is another mid laner. He could end up playing, but definitely just other control mages.
Heck yeah. Other control mages looking so good. Is there anything else you want to say to the people? Thank you for subbing for us today as well.
Thanks for watching.
Heck yes. So thank you, AWAF. I'm going to toss you out of here so we can grab in Rovian to do the rest of the game. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Cool. Appreciate it. You too.
All right. Toss him back out. Now let's go find Rovian. You did so well in game number 2. Looking so nice. Make sure I can actually bring him in here. Welcome, Rovian, to the cast. Another
Thank you.
excellent series of games. I gotta say, you played exceedingly well in both of these games. Exceedingly well. So tell me, looking at game number 2, the game that, first off, we came in, Sasha and I had a good chuckle at the first mixed CS, right? It just did not go well right away. We thought you'd be super tilted. All of a sudden,
that's how that lane goes.
turbo mode, right? 399 farm at the end. Did not quite break the 400 barrier, but still looking so good while doing it. 8-1 and 8. The palindrome.
First 10 CS.
Yeah, if you'd got this first 10 CS, you would have broken it for sure. But in this case, tell me a little bit about the team dynamic this year, right? So you moving in teams. You got Pickle Popper in the mid laner. What's the dynamic? Who's talking about? Who's making the calls? Who's making the plays?
I mean, we're all making calls, but I think dynamic is a big voice in the team. Like he makes a lot of the final calls for decisions we make.
I like to hear the sound of that. As far as Pickle Popper, so tell me about game number 1 real quick. Didn't end up coming together, but it was still a very, very entertaining game. What did you all talk about, and how did you make? What sort of adjustments did you make from game 1 to game 2?
I mean, the biggest adjustment was to ban Yumi instead of Ezreal. It just turned out that it was really hard for Dynamic to get a gank in bot lane, and like we're definitely one of the stronger bot lanes in this area. So I mean, having him able to impact the map a little more, it seemed like Yumi was stuffing him across the map, and I feel like that cleared it up a lot. Plus, we just played for the team fight instead of going for the 1-3-1 sort of style that we were going in the first game.
Gotcha, and it definitely showed in game number 2. So then talking about these games, what has been some of the most fun moments thus far in week number 1 with this team? What are some of the things that have changed in the dynamic? Because I believe you were on, was it Infernal last year?
Yeah, I was with Infernal with Zabel. It's fun to just try and stomp his team down.
Not allowing them to get the perfect season, for sure. But in this case, bring it back out. So coming in there, you are proving that you are one of the primary and strongest AD carries in the league. What do you have to say to the rest of the AD carries out there?
Better get closer to that 10 CS mark.
Listen, missing the first 10 CS is just, again, we talked about it before, asserting the dominance, saying, I don't need
When
that.
you're against double range, you kind of had to forfeit the lane, because they are going to get level 2 first. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you definitely had to back off from that CS just because they walked up with the snares. And you played that well. You did not die early and give them the early game lead. So with that will be concluding our cast for the day. Sasha, do you have any questions you want for Rovian?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right, Rovian, do you have anything else you want to say to the people out there?
Good luck with practicing in this instead of Classic WoW. I'll see you on the way.
Oh my goodness, classic WoW. Looking so good. Thank you again for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you once again for tuning into the Rekt League. We are every Sunday from 4 p.m. to about 10 p.m. having 3 series a week. And then we will also have another series on Monday. I believe it starts at 8 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Additionally, we have done this in the past. I'm not sure what the current schedule is, but we do have the State of the League showing on Thursday evenings. Don't forget to tune in if you want to see exactly some of the features, some of the cool things that occurred over the week. We'll be talking about the various teams and what we think about the players and what they've done and who looks hype and who's really in for it. So other than that, on behalf of all of us on the cast today and the Rekt League, thank you all for joining in. Sasha, say goodnight.
Good night.
Yeah, good night to all of you out there, and goodbye.